Well, for more on finance, we're joined by Rod North, the Executive Director of Bourse Communications. Good morning.
Good morning.
And let's start with the RBA meeting today. No one's really tipping that the RBA is going to cut rates, are they?
No, and I think one of the key reasons for that is that the Reserve Bank Governor Glenn Stevens a few weeks ago made it pretty clear in a number of commentaries that he's made that he feels that the current level is pretty acceptable and that inflation's contained. So I think he sort of let the cat out of the bag a bit there and given us an indication that it's sort of unlikely that we'll see any change this month, although I would say that a lot of commentators and economists are still thinking that the cash rate could see a further decline as the year progresses. And I think when you look at some of the information that's been coming through, particularly on jobs numbers and inflation, I mean, we've got an inflation rate, annual inflation rate of 1.5%, so that's sort of below the band of 2 to 3%, and we've got the recent jobs numbers that came out yesterday, the unofficial numbers, because we get the proper numbers out on Thursday, and it showed a further decline for the fourth month of 0.8%, and actually that's an 8% decline for the year. So that trend's not necessarily good. So there's some expectation that on Thursday, when we see the ABS numbers on jobs come out, that we could see that the unemployment rate might increase from sort of 5.2 to 5.3, and the trend's sort of up. So what it really does is sort of leave the door open, I think, for the Reserve Bank to really be watching inflation and watching jobs with that potential. So if you were to ask, is it likely that rates will go up or down, I suppose there's still that door open on the downside over the next few months.
We'd like to keep those doors well and truly open either way. Now, all that said, investors have been pretty buoyed by what's been a pretty positive start to the share market here based on those, as you tipped, those strong US jobs figures.
Yes, those jobs numbers on Friday, I think they're expecting 100,000 jobs to be added in the US on Friday, but we got 163,000, which was a really good sign. So I think that sort of helped buoy our market yesterday because we were up 1.2%. And, you know, our market's been trending up quite nicely. The Dow's back through 13,000. So there's a bit of sort of optimism there. So I think this week, you know, probably isn't going to be too bad. I mean, one of the key things, of course, that we're looking at over the next few weeks is the reporting season, and that's going to be sort of all revealing because we had Harvey Norman come out yesterday sort of forecasting that their profit would be down 40%, but yet, you know, as the week progresses, we've got Telstra coming out that's perhaps turned from an ugly duckling into a beautiful swan.
It's a golden stock at the moment, isn't it, Telstra?
It's just been a superb story there because, of course, people can't get enough of Telstra because the dividend has been so good, but yet it's actually performed, you know, in terms of a growth, you know, position as well. So, you know, what a turnaround. Who would have thought? Because I remember sort of talking about it over the last couple of years. It was really an ugly duckling.
Bad luck for those who sold out around the $3 level.
That's right. But those people sort of earlier in the piece a few years ago are still waiting for a bit of catch-up there, though.
True. So what can we expect to happen locally today?
I think we'll see the market rise by, you know, somewhere around about 20 to 30 points today, sort of buoyed off Wall Street last night and a bit sort of more optimism around the markets and some expectation today with some good results to come out from the reporting season.
Okay. Rod North, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Well, let's just bring you some more details.